Hey guys, today I wanted to showcase my system sensor. No, wait a minute. Notifier, a SpectrAlert Classic P700A. Although, I've already showcased it, but not to the full degree. I'm unable to test this because for an obvious reason that I'm about to tell you about momentarily. You can see it's a true Chinese SpectrAlert Classic, so that's why you see all the Chinese markings. It has no jumpers or dip switches, no tone selection, period. This only does a 3K hertz sound at a 60 beat per minute rate. It has an LED strobe, or at least a series of LEDs that are reminiscent to a Space Age AV32 with flasher circuit, the light plate version with flasher circuit, with the with this unique, epic looking lens cover. And it looks like a 4-wire device. It looks like a 4-wire SpectrAlert Classic, but it's not the case. There's your power inputs, your general power inputs, but you can see these two extra terminals are labeled COM plus and COM negative. And that's a red flag about this device, and why and is the reason why I don't use this device. Why or at least no, not that I don't use it. I can't use it. That's the red flag because because although could these COM terminals be auxiliary? No. With the A? No. That A stands for let me word this right. That means that this is, in effect, an addressable notification appliance. The SpectrAlert Classic, you heard me, the SpectrAlert Classic is addressable. So, and there's at least three addressable SpectrAlert Classics that are from China, or at least exclusively produced in China. The P900A, which has more compatibility than this does, and the XHSAWP, which is an outdoor variant of a P900A with pigtails. And then there's the P700A, like what I possess. This one does not have the same compatibility as the addressable version of the P900, aka the P900A. This is specifically built for the Notifier N6000 addressable fire alarm control panel. So that's why you see the Notifier logo in place of the system sensor logo. This has a date code of what appears to be 2011, but you see, um, there's the information. The label's a little bit torn, so it's kind of hard to see that. But it seems like that since it doesn't say made by ZN System Sensor Electronics Ltd, which is the one of System Sensor's worldwide factories in China. I mean Shihan, excuse me. Sorry if I butchered that, but yeah, it's the Chinese factory for System Sensor. I mean, it could be made there. I know it could be made in that factory. It just doesn't, and probably doesn't list it. But designed by Notifier with the help of System Sensor, knowing that System Sensor and Notifier are from the same parent company, Honeywell. Originally Pitway, though. Well, Emhart's original parent company was Emhart, not Pitway. And then it was and then it was Pitway, and then now fast forward to before I was born in the early 2000s, Honeywell acquired it. So since this is 2011, this is definitely post Honeywell. Um, there's the horn. You can't really see the strobe, or at least the series of LEDs, because of how not so transparent the lens is. Um, Yeah. And the way you set your address, it has an address range of 100 to 199, I think, based on what I've read. So, and the way in there doesn't appear to be any address switches or anything. Doesn't let alone an LED for communication. There could be one, I'm not sure of it. But the problem is that could make it hard to tell, but the way you set your address is through a handheld programming device, similar to that, specifically the CP900. And that would be used. I have no idea what protocol this runs on, but yeah, I think it's kind of hard to. I think it's called NT or something like that, but it's not compatible with my AFP 100 whatsoever because the protocol does not match in any way, shape, or form. As it only works with, as my AFP 100 only works with clip and flash scan devices, and probably lacks and most likely lacks the ability. Not most likely, it definitely lacks the ability to use addressable notification, and that's an old panel. So this was before addressable notification took the streets, from what I understand. But it does not have any UL listing because this is specifically designed for Asian and Pacific Rim applications. So, and the way you set your address is similar to like typing the address in a computer. You put the wires of the programming unit to the terminals. You type in the address. In this case, it appears to be address 170 is what it's set to. But yeah, but since I don't have the panel in order needed to run it, the N6000, which, like I said, this might not have the full. This does not have. I don't think this has the full compatibility that the P900A has. As from what I've read, it's specifically built for the N6000 addressable system. So yeah, and since it relies on addressable notification signaling, I am not going to give this a perfect score. I'm going on the user friendliness category. I'm going to give it a 56 out of 100 on the user friendliness category. So yeah, so definitely would not recommend this device because it has the same handicaps as as any other addressable notification device, even a simplex addressable notification devices from Simplex or any of that nature. Because since it's addressable, it will always handicap your ability to use it. But yeah, and this was actually introduced in the same time as the third generation P2475 RLZ. But however, also they also have went into the fourth generation true Chinese SpectrAlert classics, which use this plug-in design. That, but yeah, which is yeah, it took a lot of work to get this. I still use Superbuy like I did with the Xenon RLZ, but except I used Idlefish to buy this with Superbuy. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, like I said, so the way you set your address, obviously, it's kind of like what you do with Siemens devices or some other brands that use that kind of method of address setting, or even the MX digital protocol from Simplex that fairly recently released. So yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching.